BBC ignores World Cup opening ceremony in favour of Qatar. Criticism. World Cup 2022. They didn't miss much. Most of the ceremony was just Morgan Freeman talking about equality and togetherness. Is ironic, I know. Qatar and FIFA. A match forged in hell. The American coverage was the exact opposite, total pandering. They even did a piece on the stadium, taking about how big a challenge it was to build it with no mention of who built it. FIFA actively losing its reputation so a few execs could take a bribe. Sounds like a good idea. I'm not a huge soccer fan, but FIFA should be ashamed for putting the World Cup there. I just saw that Morgan Freeman was a part of the opening ceremony. A black American, going to the opening ceremony, in a country that runs on slavery. Weird flex, but okay. Fuck Qatar, but also fuck David Beckham and Morgan Freeman. Coincidentally, the 6,500 deaths of South Asian migrant workers reported by The Guardian roughly matches the number of minutes of football that will occur at this World Cup. 1 death per minute of football. Don't say it often, but, well done the BBC. I won't watch it either. No big loss for them, but hopefully everyone boycotts this. Morgan Freeman should be ashamed of himself. The fact Freeman was there shows what really matters to him. Qatar reminds of when my sister decided to host for Christmas, then proceeded to fight with everyone in the weeks leading to the dinner. The food was horrible that day, and years later, we still don't know WTF that was about. All sane people agree that slavery is bad, and always was. There is more slavery today than ever before. It's happening now, and it's happening at this place. And Morgan Freeman is there to endorse it. Anyone involved with this should be ashamed. So far I'm boycotting watching the World Cup for this year. However, being a person that grew up loving soccer to my fellow Americans, it absolutely hurts to know that the one thing I looked forward to every 4 years to watch with my dad is now ruined due to open shameless corruption and human rights violations. Our World Cup catastrophe. They got that right at least. Fuck that place. Shouldn't have the World Cup, shouldn't have F1 races, and shouldn't be getting support from the West. BBC ignores the sports to report the news. I love football, but the stench of corruption from FIFA over the years has made it impossible to enjoy the game in good conscience. There's no need to let FIFA rather than fate decide where the next World Cup will take place. All the organization has to do is make sure that candidate countries' cities promise to meet the capacity and safety requirements, etc. Then straws. Or pieces of paper from a hat. Simple. The fact that dozens of top FIFA officials get wined and dined, year in year out, all over the world, because they get to vote for a winner, is an invitation to corruption. But FIFA, of course, sees that as a feature, not a bug. Nasty fuckers. The best thing you can do to protest is not watch the World Cup. Justice for the migrant workers. Fuck Qatar. This PR disaster will be a study case in schools. There will be a Qatar syndrome, mark my word. BBC not tolerating Qatar's shit. Why give privilege to a bunch of bigots? We should all boycott this shit show. I have watched every World Cup opener and opening ceremony since I was 2 years old. I didn't watch any of the football yesterday. I am 40 years old. This is such a good time not to follow any professional sports. I'm going to not watch soccer even harder than normal. I'm a huge fan of football and love WC opening ceremonies. Refuse to watch this one. Well, they did show it on the extra channels, so not exactly a complete boycott. Fuck this World Cup. There is no soccer World Cup in 2022. This is the way. My local discount movie theater brewpub has done live viewings of the WC for over a decade now until this year. Instead, they are showing various anti-Qatar documentaries all week long, and they're sold out. Basically F FIFA and Qatar both. Any country that doesn't see men and women as equals is run by garbage people and clearly doesn't need tourism from places with modern understanding of reality. As they should, because Qatar are a bunch of fucking anti-Semites. Qatar deserves all the criticism it's getting, but if you really disagree with what they did, then don't send a team to the World Cup. FIFA Financial Incentives First Association. PS Qatari government owns Al Jazeera to further its agenda. They've got Southgate as manager, so I'm guessing their team is also going to ignore this WC. What a mess. Can't wait for the documentaries. It is odd for FIFA to ask all to focus on soccer when most of what they do is negotiating bribes as slaves die. Shame on fans that bought tickets. Question is how many football fans are willing to watch it. I know my friends are cheering on. I'm here just to say fuck FIFA and UEFA. The B stands for based and badass. It's actually crazy that Russia and Qatar have had the last World Cups. We're next, North Korea. Morgan Freeman, David Beckham, Gary Neville, Jungkook. Fuck these accessories to a crime.